So here I will go more and less interactive. So I don't want to stop you. If you have any questions, you can stop me in between. If the questions become more and more, then we can stop. Otherwise, I'm okay with the next questions. So he has already given my introduction, so no need to repeat the same thing. So I will be moving towards these things. So here, like since morning, I think you might have heard the cloud technologies, what the cloud technology we have heard. So I just wanted to summarize, can somebody summarize what the cloud means so far you have got? Is it anything, what in the cloud you have, the keywords, is it for applications? I mean, so far, whatever, just the keywords, whatever in the cloud technology you have learned, anyone can give me 5 keywords, what you have learned since morning. Just a summarization, so nothing. Virtualizations.
IaaS,
Yeah, SaaS, PaaS, IaaS.
Low cost infrastructure.
Low cost infrastructures.
data center
Storage, data centers. But did you get the word like the carrier grade clouds, carrier clouds?
No.
So here, like this is the what portions I wanted to cover. This is since I am from the networking background, so where like how the routings works, how the switching works, how these things. So how the cloud will impact, or how the cloud will impact those existing infrastructures, and how your existing infrastructures or applications being run on those top of that thing. So virtualizations. So virtualizations happening at the applications layer also, and virtualization may happen at the network layer also. So here we will talk about different aspects which you may have heard or may not have heard. That is called the carrier clouds. And we will, if you see the 7 layers in the models, where like, so mainly we will layer 3, layer 2, and that aspects we will discuss. And applications part, I think most of have already seen. So here, next things, what is the Indian market scenario? What the most people see? Whatever the new technology comes, we don't want to spend much. As lower cost as possible. If you want 2G solutions is already existing, say your voice is very working fine. People want to move 3G, you give me at the same cost. We don't want to pay anything because my use case is the same. My use case is not changing initially. Since the technology is changing now, you have to go towards 4G. Yes, 3G is working fine with me, so why I have to change? So certainly yes, every time we want the same cost, but your experience, I mean, say like if voice call is vibrated, is not this thing, then you will start complaining. And in the same way, you will start moving from the one vendor to another vendors, you will start moving to another vendor and these things. So the same case happens, like seeing like I was running the Airtel and broadband, it was giving the like 500 kbps or something. And all of a sudden, so the speed becomes too slow because what the Airtel will give you the last hop bandwidth, either 1 Mbps and whatever these things, it doesn't know what is happening in the core networks and what is there. So I just move this Tata Docomo happened. They say you are getting the up to 3 Mbps. If you go to the outside people say, yeah, 3 Mbps is good for me. But the word they are using, the word keyword is the up to. And the actual we are getting how much? 155 kbps. 155, 160. So what will happen? Yes, I have switched on from the Airtel to Tata Docomo. After some time, what I will do? Again, I will go back to the same things. So, and this becomes the bottlenecks, and even the technology grown, and after that, the people again go back to that. Like if you see, have you seen in the Gartner's report, have you heard the hype cycles? How the hype cycles happens? Like initially, every technology, the moment people may say, everyone talk cloud, Java, and after that it will go back and again, because what the people expectation is there, that doesn't meet, and then it will go to the cycle, and then it move into that things. And there could be the reasons the people don't want to invest because of the high cost. So how the cloud technology will help us to improve? I cannot say that it will solve all the problems, but certainly yes, it will have the impact, it will optimize your cost, and at the same time you will get the good customers expectation, quality of experience. And once you have the good quality of experience, certainly even the people who move to that, you are able to sustain. If you are not, the quality of experience is not good, then certainly the people will again fall back to the old technologies, like especially the voice. When like the people are moving from the 2G to 3G, the voice quality is degrading because voice over IP doesn't guarantee anything. When the number of the calls increases, it takes, but voice quality decreases, video quality, jitters happens, and this thing. So certainly after that, again we will move to the TDM, which is, yes, certainly yes, it is a great technology, and people will not move from there. But what the voice quality is good in the TDM, I will go back and use the TDM for that. Because of the so many reasons, the network infrastructure from end to end is not there, or like there is a quality of experience, nothing is there. Some reasons is there. So that's been one of the things we have to take into that, and the cloud will certainly help us in doing that things. So here, like another aspects I wanted to, this is the network infrastructure part I wanted to do in that. So in the networks, let us say what we have as of today, like we using the terminals, which we have the either mobile terminal, laptops, or any terminals. If you go in the home, you have the TV. And then what happens, say there is some pipe wiring line, either networks or whatever is there, and then where the like contents are there. Either some hostings are there, some server hostings are there, and these things. So, so that's why like I wanted to divide the whole infrastructures into three parts. One is the terminals, where like you can have the small phone or any kind of the device, any device, and then the networks. So the networks, how the networks will go from your device till your hosted devices, and those I will go in the detail more in detail as we move on. And then like the last, either if you are doing the conference, so there will be the bridge. If you are having the servers on the background, so you are trying to access those servers, it may be locally hosted or it may be internationally hosted, we don't know. So how those packet flowing happens and these things. So certainly yes, the moment we are talking about your all computing, like you have seen, like you have just virtually desktops. You have nothing on that, you just putting the command there, everything is being executed in the background. So how the nature of the networks should change. Because suppose now everyone, so your home company is on the virtual desktops, your fiber cut happens, what happens? You have to take the whole day for whole day. And which is costing if we cannot afford to do that things. And say like your fiber, one wire is going to from the one area Bangalore to another, these things, there is some leakage or some wire tap has happens, whatever the data is going on, somebody do that things. So your whole confidential data will also go. So, so the moment towards you are moving into that, but it's giving you a lot of challenges, the leakage of data or leakage of these things. So the security will also play a very role in these things. And certainly like we don't have the all confidential data. There is like if you see a lot of data, you have the out of 10% is the very confidential, which you want to preserve. Nobody, even your relatives, your wife doesn't want to show those data, which is the password and all those things. But the 90% of the data you want to share with everybody. And so certainly yes, the customer requirement that yes, 10% should be not shown to anybody, and it should be very confidential. Maybe in pen drive itself, I wanted to always carry my pen drive. I don't want to put in the networks. And so how we will classify those things, so that impact, whenever you are developing the network infrastructure, you must consider those facts, what the applications are running on top of that. And certainly yes, the troubleshooting should be also very, very fast. Otherwise, like even you have given the double fibers and cut has happens, and the very fast you have to recover those things, so that like your second failure doesn't happen, impact your business. So so these are the characteristics that will change when the cloud is in full phase running. And if you are not able to meet these criteria, the cloud will, people will go back from the cloud towards your and network devices, like you have everything at your PC, the same bag. So we must have to keep these things. So here the confusions part, I don't want to go in much. Yes, the people have the different type of the clouds, and I think we now understand what are different models of the clouds, like public clouds, private clouds, and this thing. So here, like keeping that things, the 10% data, which is very, very critical for me, even for the individual users, you have to go towards the hybrid cloud. In that, you cannot go either public community for these things, because so that's why, like here, I don't want to bring most of the things like from the Gartner and all those things. The whole of the sessions, I put my thought. You can comment. You are open to comments on that things, and then we will keep on moving forward. So, any questions so far?
I have a very basic question.
Yeah.
I had that in the morning session, but somehow it did not come up.
Okay.
What is the difference between a hosted environment and a cloud environment?
Means like the environment, like when you have the server at your own places and you are hosting your applications and these things in your own environment, so that will become your hosted. And here, and when you are saying the cloud, means like your data centers are outside your networks. It is running somewhere else. And you here, like HTTP, you will just give some commands. It may be running all the your background services in the background, and then the output will come to your these things. So in the cloud environment, what will happen? Your desktop will be the dummy terminals. It will just a command and display.
Okay, and in hosted?
In the hosted, like you have the PC where most of the things is running in your place. So all the compute environment and everything will be running on your part.
Basically, here the server also will be a dummy.
At your place. Today, if you see any environment, everything is hosted server. You have the server, you have your everything is running on your PC, or it will be just a wire connected with your things. But in the cloud, the main things here, everything will be running. Even if you are putting one command, they will bring the data here, compute from the other servers, and do in the background, and bring up into that things. So like here, even when I introduced the cloud, there were so many terminologies coming into that things, like ICT, what is the it is coming the ICT, this is the like, earlier people used to 10 com sectors, now the people started information and communication technology, IT, information and communication technology. We are using the word cloud computing, carrier cloud, virtualizations, SDN, network function virtualization. So many keywords are being floated. I mean, so like you might. So my question first get into mind: what is this? All are same thing we are talking, or what are how they are different, or how they are correlated? So to answer these questions, I try to put into one model. And what the models I thought like, okay, whenever you start anything, you have some business case or business requirement, or you will look into how the business trends are going on. And then the second part, you say, what is the technology trends? Like whatever the business model you have, do we have the technical solutions for that? And then since here my focus is more on the network side, so I just kept how the network infrastructure will impact. Like we have the routing, we have the switching, we are able to do the fast forwarding, slow forwarding. So how those things will impact these things, and how we can optimize. Certainly once you have invested, and then like you will see, and then like you want to retain the customer, so how the quality of experience, like the end user are there. And then I wanted to put all these keywords into these models. And then I come to the conclusion, very clear conclusion, that all these keywords are coming to the saying that these are the building blocks for your cloud environment. So the cloud is not just a SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS, whatever be infrastructure, but it is a complete set of environment. It is a framework where like we are working, we are trying to move from the applications then we have to move towards the networks, then we have to move towards the storage, and similarly, so these are the different building blocks for your entire cloud infrastructures. And so certainly yes, currently like if you see the ICT, it is coming the business requirement. What does it mean? Today at a home you have the different phone calls, landlines. You have your TV is separate. Then if you are taking the networks, you are taking the different networks. So what means like you, even in the electricity, even today, that is have the entirely different network. So for each activity you have the separate networks. So can we converge and can we have the single network infrastructure at your home or at your office? And that's what it comes into the ICT. So you have the single network infrastructure, whether you are sending the data, emails, you are getting the data, your TV, it should also have the same thing, and your voice cable. So everything have your single fiber connected to your these things, and you are able to get everything. That's what the business is giving, that will give your ICT. That's what the ICT word we use. Okay. Cloud computing, I don't have to talk. I think you are hearing these words.
What is the full form of ICT?
Informations and communications technology. Then you might have heard the carrier clouds. So in the carrier clouds, when we talk about when we're talking about the servers, means the server is located and that things. So what happens? Let us say some natural disasters happens. Like in Chennai, some tsunami has happens and your data centers are there. So what do we do? So you must have the backup, let us say in the Bangalore, and so those backupping happens, and how frequently you being able to do. This means you are trying to connect to two different data centers, which is geographically located at a different place. And how fast they should be able to recover, how fast it should be able to support, and like if you are doing one-to-one, I mean, so like one data center in Bangalore, one data center in Chennai, your cost will be double almost. So those considerations, how we will optimize, those considerations will come under the carrier clouds. It will not talk about the IoT application, it will not talk about these things, but it will talk about how the two different data centers are connected and with your optimum cost. The simple language I want to use with the optimum cost. Your capex is low, your opex is low. It will not certainly it will be not zero, but certainly the word we can optimize, and recursively you can optimize. And this is the virtualizations part is happening. Virtualization is happening in the applications also, and also happening in the in your network also. Let us say like if you want in the especially the like the multi-tenancy things happen. So like in the rural areas, if you want to put the fiber in your locations with the remote business. See, if every vendor starts putting their own independent fibers, so how much cost will happen? And your population size is, let us say 500 to 1,000 and these things. So even that will be not a profitable model at all for any of the vendor if they go independently. In place of that, you have the infrastructures, put it there, and then you can share. So those things will be the network virtualizations. Here I have used the word virtualization, but when I am talking in my context, it will be your network virtualizations. Where like I have the infrastructures, I will share based on the port, based on the anything, because in the rural areas or the remote areas where the number of the populations are less or the number of the applications are very less, you can use that. So have you heard of this word SDN? Software defined networks. See, like currently, like we have routing and switching, how it works. I mean, so like I understand the people understand how the routing and switching works. More or less. So okay, just I will introduce. Means like you have the predefined set of the rules. Like if the packet is coming from the one port, it is going to the odd port, port number 2. And you may have also some kind of the QS also, like okay, the packet coming from the X city X by 1 zone, it should be faster. First it should move, then the packet coming from that thing. That the quality of services are there. But all those are well defined tables are set up in the router and switches. And but now you are hosting some different type of the applications. Like you are holding the conference. This means like I'm talking, some other people are listening. If they are talking, I'm sitting on that thing. So I want to divert these applications based on the application. If I am doing the video conferencing, it should be one-to-one communication. There should be 0 delay. And if I am doing just one-way communication, even a delay is there, it is acceptable. So how will you segregate? How that you will change, modify in your existing network infrastructure like router and switches, how you can control in that thing. So this means your software which is running on top of your router and switches will control your movement of the packets based on the quality of services. So this means your network, your router and switches being just a dummy guy. The application which is running or type of the packet which is running on top of that, they will control how fast I want to move from your switches or area or to other area. And that's what seeing the software defined networks will happen.
I have one doubt. The routers that are currently being used with SDN, right, software defined networking, are they the previous routers or are they new generation of routers which do not have any settings? Because if someone by mistake sets a hardware preset on a router and if an SDN has set another rule, will there be a conflict where or else will SDN get prioritized or the hardware set gets prioritized?
No, here like if you see in the routing, there is a two terminology. Once you know the hop by hop behavior happens. This means one router is there, he will independently take the decisions where to switch the packets. Other is the tunnels. Means so once you enter into your ingress point of the tunnels, it will go through the pipe and the till the pipe ends, it will come out. In between, it will not happen on that way. So here the SDN will play on your hop by hop behavior. So this means like once you have the ingress point of that things, where the application is that okay, you can what happens like you have the coming packet coming from this source, this port, and these things you send down to that things, And here like in the SDN is the same thing. It is like the set of the rooms. And the rooms is being driven by your applications, business applications. So business application, whatever you have, it will convert into the same things, which is coming along with the packet. The packet will have only these things. Some kind of the priority is there, some kind of the other QS bits are there. So those only you can modify. So what will happen? So your SDN has the two types of, one is the controller, one is the switches. So the controller will define your business rooms into these things. Source address, MAC address, your bit, and this bit will be changed, and those will populate into that things. This means once the packet happens, it matches that and you follow that rules. Because the router and switches, it will not understand what is the business rule and all those things. Those has been taken care by your controller. Okay. So here the next things is coming into the network function virtualizations. So currently what happens, like you buy the Cisco switch, and even suppose it is like chassis based solutions you have seen, like where you have the multiple of cards are there and this thing. Initially if you say 16 slots are there and your customer is like 1000, you will buy one main control cards and these things, and you will just buy one line card. Now your customer base has increased. Now let us say 1000 to this thing, you want to put another line card. What you will do? You have to go and buy from Cisco only. Whether it charges 100% extra or it charges 1000% extra, either you have to throw away the whole of the infrastructures or it will be this thing. You cannot buy third party these things. So this is the like all the operators have made one consortium. They wanted that like the network devices we want only 3 types. One is the switching, second thing is the storage and server. We don't want anything there more than that. If it is switching, I can use the SDN and I can configure anything in there. You have the chassis based, I can plug my, if Cisco is giving you the high rates, I can go to the other vendor like HP. You can go for the other vendor and this thing. So the monopoly will go from that things. So certainly there will be a lot of discussions and these things there. And so that's what this terminology is coming into the network function virtualizations. And certainly yes, like, the questions happens how these are correlated with your cloud environment. See, because the application which we are hosting, we don't know how happens in background, data center, what is happening, why we should bother. But the people who is hosting this carrier cloud, they must consider all these factors into that thing. Because when you have the data centers, the today data size is your millions in gigi. Tomorrow, very next day, you may go in the 100 gigi. You may go in the pentagon. This will keep on size, just in the size. And so those things has to be interoperable, or like it should be independent of the vendors. So those factors will impact all those factors. So any questions here? Okay. So next, like how you are perceiving this cloud technology? Means like, do you think like it is very good technology? There will be nothing else except the cloud. The people thinking is that on that. So I just thought means how I define. I mean, so like I am moving from one city to another city. Let's say I am going for the business for one day. What I will do? I will go hire one hotels where I have the fooding, lodging, and everything. And I will moment I will reach in 1 hour, I am ready, set to go and start working there. Now, if my businessman say, okay, I have to stay for 1 month or 2 months, what I will do? I cannot stay in the hotel because the cost is very, very high. Then I will go and find the service apartments where at least you have everything and fooding, lodging, you can arrange and these things. Now, again, if you decide, okay, I will go for 1 year, certainly you go for apartment, and if you want to survive here, I want to live here, do and die, whatever happens, what you will do? You will go and buy your in this thing. So my thinking goes like the cloud will happen the same way. Yes, here another synergy is there also, like if you go in the apartments, like if you buy an apartment today, and after 5 years, you see everything changes. I mean, so your bathrooms, your kitchens, or your slabs and everything changes. You have to modify and this and that cost is there. So when you are staying in the rent, I mean, say after 5 years, everything I will move to another apartments. My cost rent will be minimum 10%, 20%. So that benefit is also getting from the cloud. Today, we are taking the data center which is providing 2G. Or like TDM solution and all those things. There will be some another data center coming into that which is providing 4G solution. The cost range is only 10%. What we will do? We can move on to that thing. So in that scenario, so this is the similar case. So now we have to decide, and certainly yes, the hotel business is not bad in country. So there is no denying fact that cloud services certainly it will help us in both say upgrade to the new technology. Whenever the especially for the new technology happening, see, it will be easy for you. I mean, so the cost will be incremental. It will be not the like capex. If you want to set up your 4G solution in 100%, your cost will be in the millions. But you just wanted to move 10 customers to one technology with these things, the cost will be very, very minimal. So that those things will be being provided by the cloud-based solution certainly will help you in that. And certainly, like the second steps we have to see, you are doing the business where like, okay, I am just doing the basic commands, HTTP and internet serving and all those things. So these are not going to change so often. And there will be something like innovations like 2G, 3G, and you are doing the innovations also in that thing. So depending on the business model also, the something which you perceive that, okay, this is going to be stable for